I'm Jay Rosenthal, co-founder of Cultivated Media and host of Cultivated Live. And since we launched, our goal at Cultivated has been to be cannabis industry first, providing you with the most important, insightful, and useful information to the cannabis industry. And in a timely fashion, we do that in two key ways. First, we do that through our daily newsletter at Cultivated Daily. And then we do that through this daily live stream called Cultivated Live. You can find out how to find both of those things in the description below. We'd love for you to follow us on LinkedIn, subscribe on YouTube, but most importantly, subscribe to our daily newsletter. Again, the link is below in the show notes. Now, let's get to what is driving the cannabis industry today. MedMen, the once high-flying dispensary chain, has fallen back down to earth. The flashy California-based cannabis retailer on Friday declared bankruptcy and will wind down operations. As part of the bankruptcy proceedings, the company's executive team and directors will step down. B. Riley Farber, Inc. was appointed as MedMen's bankruptcy trustee. Now, MedMen stock is listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange, so the company filed for bankruptcy in Canada. As well, the company's California assets were placed into receivership by the Los Angeles Superior Court. Now, sharp-eyed observers on a few Reddit threads noted that the company had been offering sales that seemed a little too good to be true, as in going out of business discounts earlier in the week. Now, what else is happening? President Biden wrote to supporters in a campaign email last week. This is what he wrote. Trump and his administration took marijuana reform backwards, withdrawing guidelines to limit prosecutions of marijuana offenses that were legal under state laws. Now, Biden has initiated a process to reschedule cannabis, as you know, to less restrictive Schedule 3 and issued a number of federal pardons for cannabis-related offenses, but he's not yet fulfilled his campaign promise to actually deliver on rescheduling and has not indicated that he'd support full-scale legalization either. So we'll be watching for cannabis mentions in the coming weeks at the presidential debates for sure, but also on the campaign trail. Some few quick hits for you today. The Safer Banking Act, a cannabis banking bill, reform bill, will not be part of the FAA reauthorization package, according to the U.S. Cannabis Council, which is, of course, an industry trader group. Now, many pro-cannabis lawmakers and industry investors pin their hopes on the FAA bill being the vehicle for banking reform. Alas, to no avail. New York's Office of Cannabis Management has asked a federal court to dismiss a case where a plaintiff, Valencia AG, claimed that the state's cannabis licensing process was discriminatory to white males. Now, the OCM, for their part, has said the plaintiff wouldn't have been granted a license anyways, and his skin color had nothing to do with it. The Drug Enforcement Administration wrote a letter to Senator Elizabeth Warren and others who in January asked the agency to entirely remove cannabis from the list of federally controlled substances. In the letter, and this is important, the DEA said there would be a public comment period and a hearing on rescheduling. If you want more context to what's happening, there's a link at cultivated.news in today's newsletter. Stay in Massachusetts. Sam Adams beer maker Boston Beer Company said that contrary to conventional wisdom, it's not seeing cannabis-infused beverages cannibalized its beer business. And finally, Massachusetts-based cannabis dispensary chain Theory Wellness opened a Trenton, New Jersey's first dispensary on Friday. So Theory Wellness continues to expand out of its home base in Massachusetts. And that is it for today's Cultivated Live. We encourage you to subscribe to our newsletter at cultivated.news. Follow us on LinkedIn, smash the subscribe button on YouTube, and you can see I'm not in my normal studio today. I am in Florida checking out what is going to happen here in November with the election to legalize cannabis, contrary to what the governor here wants. We'll be back here tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, with Brad Spirison, our friend from Grown In, to talk United States of Cannabis. We can even talk Florida a bit. That's at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, Tuesday. And remember, buy cannabis at your local dispensary. We will see everybody